Hey everybody, Zachary from Zachary Zoo Adventures. I'm in Palm Desert, California, and today I'm visiting the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens. I hear this is supposed to be a very nice zoo. I'm excited to be here today. It's supposed to be a hot day, but still, it's going to be lots of fun today. As you can see, I'm wearing my regular Zachary Zoo Adventures hat. As I mentioned before in my other videos, but in case you don't know, I usually love to wear this hat everywhere I go to, because it helps bring more awareness of my channel. This way people would come up to me and ask me what am I filming for, and I would tell them that it's for my YouTube channel. So they are not open just yet. They open at 8 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna wait outside until they open. I don't know if there's gonna be paper maps or not, so once I get inside we'll see which way I'm gonna start. We also do have self-ticketing here. Alright, so I just purchased my ticket here. Yeah, so my timed entry is at 8 o'clock. Alright, so this is the map of the Living Desert Zoo. It looks like a very good sized zoo, so yeah, I can see it's got the African Safari and Wild Americas, so I'm probably going to start off on the right hand side through the African Safari, check out the Rhino Savannah. So basically I'm going to start off with everything on the right hand side and make my way over to everything on this side. First up we got Rhino Savannah. Alright, so I see a worker inside the habitat. So I'm guessing the black rhino might be out a little later, because the zoo just opened, because usually when the zoo opens they don't always have all the animals out at the same time, because the zoo staff usually have to get all the habitats cleaned up for the day. And it's also still a little earlier, and by this time some of the animals might still be sleeping because they're usually not all out at the same time. Next up we got banded mongoose. This is a gorgeous habitat. And there also is a glass area here, but I lift my camera up above the glass so I can give you a nice clear viewing. Oh, there's the mongoose. Oh, there is the mongoose. That's a cute little animal. Very, very cute. Next up we got dwarf mongoose. Now this looks like a good sized habitat, and I see another side viewing area, and it looks like the dwarf mongoose are off to that side. Alright, so I made it to the other side and got a nice closer view of the dwarf mongoose. These are such cute animals. They're very, very cute. First up is African Safari. That's cool. We go underneath this bridge. This is the area where the black rhino goes over. That's cool. And mongoose busy burrows. And we got all these nice little tunnels here. Really nice. Secrets of life underground. Got a naked mole rat. They also do have all these tunnels for them. It's really cool. Got a bunch of them all together in here. Got another one that's all by himself in here. In this next habitat we got great white pelican and pink-backed pelican. And there's the pelicans. These are nice looking animals. Very cool birds. I see another cute animal. I'm guessing that might be I think that's a springbok there. I think that's what that is. Habitat protection. So it looks like this is a secondary habitat for the black rhinoceros. Looks like it's got a couple other animals in here too. Got a second springbok. We got a side view of this springbok here. natural habitats. So over here is another side viewing point of the first black rhino habitat that I showed you. It's got tons of space for him. Yeah, I really love the black rhino habitat. It's really gorgeous. Got all these other animals in here with him. Enriching experiences. And the black rhino's got a gorgeous habitat. Now I just saw the black rhino here a minute ago, but yeah, I can see him. He's towards the back. So I will check back here later, and perhaps maybe the black rhinoceros will be out. Because it is still a little early, because like I said, because usually zoo staff gotta get all the habitats cleaned up, and they're not usually able to clean all the habitats up at the same time. So hopefully I'll see the black rhinoceros on my rewalk. Got a really nice view of both springbok there. Yeah, so those are springbok. They kind of look like Thompson's gazelles, but their horns are slightly shorter. Got a nice look at the pelicans. Not sure if that's both pelicans or if that's just one of them, but I think those might be the pink-backed pelicans. And I do see the other pelican species there. Guessing those might be the great white pelicans. I think they were great white. I can't remember what the other type of pelican was, but I do know those are the great white pelicans, I think. Alright, so on the other side here, I do see there's a second black rhinoceros. So they got two rhinos, but they're in two separate habitats. So the door is open so they can come outside whenever he wants. Some more information here. I always do my best to show you everything so everyone can learn something. And plus, knowledge is power. Got the conservation station, saving wildlife and wild places, and helping natural populations increase. So yeah, I was right. Those were springbok, and the other pelican was a great white pelican. So yeah, I was correct. Yeah, so luckily I'm in this more shaded spot here. And it also gives me another viewing area for the black rhinoceros and all the other habitats. So this is sort of a mixed-use habitat. You can see there's the springbok. It's a very cute animal. The global impact, restoring and protecting habitats. Combating plant and wildlife trafficking. It's really nice there. Yeah, it says the Living Desert Zoo is AZA, which means they have a higher standards here and they have awesome habitats. And of course the animals are well taken care of. The Salton Sea. Painted Dog Research Trust. Time to talk trash. Information about the peninsular pronghorn. Innovative Solutions, Wild Nature Institute, Black Mamba Anti-Poaching Unit, Saving Species, the black rhino, the desert pupfish, and the giraffe, this is basically the reason why I like zoos, because they are very critical for the survival of animals. So all the information that I just showed you there, that is the main reason why I really love zoos, because zoos are very critical for the survival of animals, and basically they are helping endangered animals. And I've heard some people say that zoos are a bad thing and that the animals should not be locked up or anything. But in my opinion, I think zoos are very, very great because they are very vital for the survival of animals, because they serve a vital purpose in saving endangered species. Because the sad part about those endangered species is that they are endangered because of poaching or habitat loss. And of course, for example, they are killed, like the rhino, for instance, they are killed for their horns, and they get sold to the black market. So that's very, very sad. It's very sad how you basically just kill it, and then, so yeah, that's the kind of stuff that makes me sad, and it's deplorable, really. And that's why I think zoos are very, very important, because otherwise, if something is not done about these endangered species, they are eventually going to be hunted into extinction. And once they are gone, they're gone, and the only way you're going to be seeing it is by seeing pictures of it. So that's the main reason why I really love zoos. Desert conservation. So right past the conservation station, you got the Crash Cafe. Yeah, so over here is the Crash Cafe. I'm probably gonna go see if I can get a drink here. It's supposed to be a very hot day, so I'm definitely gonna have to stay very hydrated. Alright, so at this habitat here, I see the giraffes. So this is the giraffe habitat here. Got the youngster in there too. Oh, that's a cute one. It's a younger one. So they got a nice habitat. Kind of got a bit of a hill there. You kind of see the mountains in the background. It says they got giraffe feeding. It says it's currently closed. I believe over here is where you pay for giraffe feeding, and they only take cards. They take only debit cards, so you cannot use cash to pay for this. There's some information about giraffes. Over here is another side viewing for the giraffes. That one's eating some leaves out of the tree. Got the cute one there. It's the younger one. Looks like they're mostly staying in the shade. And they do have signs, so I'm gonna follow the signs to the Warthog Village Watutu cheetahs and the African wild dogs. So this is very important information here. Alright, so over here is another side viewing point for the habitat that has the black rhino and also the springbok, great white pelican, and pink-backed pelican. Got a really gorgeous view of the two springboks. So over here is another side viewing area for the giraffes. So these are reticulated giraffes because of their light-colored patterns. Yeah, it looks like they're mostly in the shade, I think. That's smart of them. It's supposed to be a very hot day, so that's where I'd usually be on a hot day like today, staying in the shade. Got all these cool palm trees in the habitat. Really gorgeous. So in this habitat, we got giraffe. And with the giraffes, we also got greater kudu and ostrich. Yeah, so they got all this space for them. It's really fantastic. So I do see a bit of a hill and also kind of an incline, so I'm guessing it goes downhill, so it's possible the greater kudu and the ostrich might be somewhere past that hill. They could be somewhere off towards the side of that habitat, but I'm going to try and look for them. Okay, so over here we got Rhino Encounter. So I believe over here is where you get to get up close with the black rhino. But it does not look like they're doing that today. Poaching harms nature. Yeah, so it looks like the giraffes, greater kudu, and ostrich have a magnificent habitat. Looks really beautiful. Alright, so I went down the pathway hoping to see the greater kudu and the ostrich. But I do not see the greater kudu or the ostrich anywhere, so I will definitely come back here on my rewalk. Hopefully I'll be able to see the ostrich and the greater kudu. Got these cool chairs here for you to sit on. Right in the shade. Got Cape Porcupine. Really gorgeous habitat. Oh, there's the porcupine. Off in the back, looks like, or not in the back, but he's just behind all these logs. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a cool animal. Now, some people believe that they can actually shoot their quills, but that is not the case because they actually cannot shoot their quills because they actually usually charge backwards into any predator that's crazy enough to try and take on these animals. Got warthog. Another gorgeous habitat. I see a bunch of them in here. There's quite a few of them in here. See 2 of them. And we got 2 more laying down, so there's 4 of them in this habitat. It's a lot of warthogs, or a whole lot of Pumbaa is what I'm sure the little kids would call these guys. Or Mr. Pig. They call me Mr. Pig. These are very nice looking animals. Okay, so this is a secondary habitat for the warthogs. We got 2 more of them in here. Looks like they got 6 warthogs. This zoo probably has the hugest amount of warthogs I've ever seen. Looks like they're eating some hay. Next up is Village Watutu. Yeah, so I'm in this area. Luckily it's nice and shaded here. Feels a little bit more cooler now that I'm in the shade. And they got restroom locations here. Got Patas monkey. Over here are the names of the Patas monkeys. Looks like they got 4 of them here.
How are you?
Yeah, so there's
We are very careful about keeping this whole very nasty.
so there are workers in here getting the habitat cleaned up. So I'll probably just stop by here later on my rewalk and hopefully the monkeys will be out. Got the Desert Conservation Lodge. Yeah, I'm gonna go inside here. It says, welcome to the Patas Monkey Conservation Habitat. Yeah, so over here is the Patas Monkey Habitat. It's very beautiful in here. Feels very cool inside here. Very nice and air conditioned. And the Patas monkeys looks like they got a very gorgeous habitat. It's wonderful. Got Eurasian black vulture. Okay, so this is the habitat for the vulture. Now I'm going to see if I can find the vulture. I see another side viewing point, so hopefully I'll see the vulture from that side, because I'm not noticing him anywhere on this side. Got the Jenkins family petting crawl. Yeah, so I'm in this area here. This looks really cool.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing great, how are you? Alright, so over here are the goats. So these are Boer goats. Got the long ears. So they got two species of goats here. So they got the Boer goats and African pygmy goats. So the Boer goats have the long floppy ears. Got some more of them on this side. There you go. We got a nice clear view of them here. So on this side here are the pygmy goats. Yeah, so these are the African pygmy goats. There's three of them, and they're all in the shade. Alright, so I see some other habitats in this direction that I'm going to go check out. Alright, so I made it to the other side for the Eurasian black vultures. And they're off to this side of the habitat. There's two of them. Those are pretty big vultures. Got a dromedary camel. Alright, so I do see the dromedary camels. Right off over there. Sorry about the camel butt viewing. I kind of got a side view of that one over there. Going over to the other ones. Here's more information about the dromedary camel. The ship of the desert. You can see all the camels are eating or standing over there. Sorry about the camel butts. Next up we got Addax. Now this looks like a fantastic habitat. Not seeing the Addax anywhere. So I'll definitely stop by here later on my rewalk and perhaps they'll be out. Also kind of gives you another side look at the camels. So over here we got the thorn tree grill. Not sure if this area is open yet, but I'm gonna go find out. Alright, so it says the thorn tree grill is closed. Not sure if it's gonna be open later or if this is a seasonally open restaurant. Not exactly sure. So over here is the thorn tree grill menu. Got all sorts of stuff. You know, weaver birds and their relatives. Hope you can see it despite the vegetation in the way. This is a gorgeous habitat. I do see one of the birds. Got some up high. There's a Taveta golden weaver. Very cool habitat for them. Hope you can see it despite all the wiring and mesh. Who's minding the nest? Weaver nests, all sizes and shapes. The birds were just making noises a minute ago, but looks like they stopped. I'm guessing that might be a plover bird walking on the ground. You know, Village Watutu, a brief history. Alright, so I'm going to continue going through the African safari. We got cheetah. The fall of a top predator. This is less than 10,000 cheetahs remain today. They got a fantastic habitat. So I see another viewing point, so I don't see them from this side, so I should be able to see them as I go down the pathway. So I found another map, so I am right over here, so I've done a majority of the African safari. I'm going to head down the trail and hopefully I can find the cheetahs and go past the African aviary, past the Eastern African gardens, and go past the Madagascar gardens and down this way. Gonna check out Bighorn Mountain, and that will take me into Wild Americas. Now, up at the front, I was told by the worker that most of the gardens are actually on this side of the zoo. Got this nice dirt pathway that leads to this habitat down here. Alright, so since this animal is under veterinary care, got Cape porcupine. So this must be a secondary habitat. I see there's a second Cape porcupine. Looks like this one appears to be resting. Alright, I'm back on the main pathway. I'm going to continue my way through. Alright, so over here is another viewing point for the cheetahs. Not noticing the cheetahs anywhere, so still looking for them. I see another viewing point, so hopefully in that shaded area I'll be able to see the cheetahs. Okay, so I do not see the cheetahs anywhere, so I will stop by here later on my rewalk and perhaps I'll get to see the cheetahs later. Got the zebra habitat up next. So in this habitat we got marabou stork, klipspringer, and Hartman's mountain zebra. There's also a worker in here getting it cleaned up. Well, I see the marabou stork in here. Yeah, that's the marabou stork. I also do see the zebra in the back. And I see the cute little klipspringer. That's a cute little animal. Yes, looks like they got two of the animals, the marabou stork and klipspringer, out, even with the worker in the habitat. But looks like they have the zebras in the back area. Yeah, you can see the zebras in the back. Next up, we got Adra gazelle. So this is right next to the habitat where the zebras are. The Adra gazelle is way towards the back. Oh, there he goes. And he's gone. Alright, so I waited a little bit. It looks like the Adra gazelle came back out. Staying in the shade. So from this side also gives you a nice look at the mixed-use habitat that has the zebras, marabou stork, and klipspringer. Got a great view of both marabou storks. Got this really nice cheetah statue. That's really cool. So we got another mixed-use habitat. Got bat-eared fox, Cape rock hyrax, and leopard tortoise. Okay, so apparently there's a bit of reflection on the glass. Ooh, but I do see the leopard tortoise. Yeah, he's inside that cave. Got a second one. Alright, so a gentleman pointed out to me, and the rock hyrax is in that log. Hopefully it'll show up. But yeah, the hyrax is inside that log. And I do see the bat-eared foxes. Got two of them sleeping together. Those are very cute animals. Both sleeping together. They also do have a couple side pathways here, so I'm going to head on this dirt pathway here and see what's in this habitat. Alright, great. I see a couple wild bunny rabbits. These are cute little bun-buns. Yeah, those aren't part of the zoo, so those are wild bunny rabbits. Alright, so these are the type of birds that are in here. Got northern bald ibis, Hadada ibis, Von der Decken's hornbill, and spur-winged lapwing. So that's what's in this habitat. So it looks like I might be able to get a better view of all the birds from that side of the habitat from the other side. So there are a couple dirt pathways that I'm going on here. It's really nice. Luckily it's nice and shaded. Alright, so on the other side I got a fantastic view of the birds. The northern bald ibis. And there's the spur-winged lapwing. Got another one of the ibis. Oh, and I do see the Hadada ibis. Yeah, that is the Hadada ibis on that branch. Got a bunch of the northern bald ibis in here. Alright, so I went to the other side, and I do see the Von der Decken's hornbills came out. There's two of them. One of them is in the shade, or actually looks like both are in the shade. Got this cute spur-winged lapwing. Got meerkat. Alright, so I lifted my camera above the glass so I can give you a clear viewing of the meerkats.
One of them's just followed. Yeah, but yes.
These animals are very cute. They usually dig those little burrows or tunnels. Oh,
It was very tasty.
looks like that one there appears to be making noises.
We owe you a tooth.
I'm guessing that one might be the sentry or the lookout,
Very concerned.
making sure everybody's safe, looking out for trouble.
Right.
So this must be a secondary habitat for, oh yeah, I can see right there. So this looks like a secondary habitat for the meerkats. Alright, so now that I saw everything here, I'm gonna make my way back to the main pathway. Human-wildlife coexistence. So it looks like these are the animals we're gonna see in here. Got slender-horned gazelle, Adra gazelle, African spurred tortoise, and yellow-billed stork. So these are multi-species habitats. Alright, so I see the yellow-billed stork. Looks like he's stretching his wings. Got a second yellow-billed stork that's in the shade. You can also see the Adra gazelle in the back. Got another Adra gazelle that's in the shade. But the only animal that I'm not noticing is the African spurred tortoise. So as usual, I will be coming back to this habitat during my rewalk, and hopefully I'll see the tortoise. Next up, we got southern ground hornbill and springbok. Alright, so I do see both of them. You can see two of the ground hornbills. I can see there's the springbok. Also saw some springbok in with the black rhino. Got African painted dog. So wonderful habitat. Oh, I do see the puppy dogs. Oh, the African painted dogs are in that shade. They look so cute. They're sleeping together. Alright, so I'm gonna head down the pathway and make my way to everything else in Africa, and then after that it should be time for North America. It says this animal in this habitat is under veterinary care. Alright, so I'm in this shaded spot. And it kind of gives you another viewing for the African painted dogs. Yeah, so they're in that shaded area by the tree sleeping. Very gorgeous habitat. Got the Desert Carnivore Conservation Center. So this is actually a shared habitat. They got black-footed cat, sand cat, and fennec fox. Yeah, so these three animals are usually brought out at different times throughout the day. Now, I'm just gonna have to see what animal I can find in here. Kind of hard to see on the glass just because of all the reflection. Alright, so I went to the other side and I do see one of the kitty cats. I'm guessing that's the sand cat. Yeah, that looks like the sand cat. So I'll probably come back to this habitat on my rewalk and maybe see if one of the other two animals might be in here. Because they don't have all of them in here at the same time, just one of them. Got another side viewing area for the African painted dogs. This is a super gorgeous habitat. Native animals you may see. So this tells you the different types of animals that live out in this area. Got Arabian oryx. Okay, so the worker just threw in some hay. I'm guessing that's Timothy hay, I'm assuming. Yeah, they're eating up the hay. Here's the rest of them. Yeah, they got their own piles of hay to eat. Here comes the other one. It's like, oh, it's time to eat? Yeah, they're all eating their breakfast, looks like. Yeah, I'm guessing this must be their breakfast. And I'm very impressed with this habitat. It looks so magnificent. Lots of areas for them to go in. It's awesome. They also do have misters here to keep it nice and cool, especially during the summertime when it's really hot. And summer is coming up soon, because it's still springtime right now, but summer is just around the corner. Some information about acacia trees. Over here, I got a closer viewing for the Arabian Oryx. Hi there, how are you? Does that hay taste good? Hope you're enjoying your breakfast. Here comes the other one. So from this vantage point here, I got a really beautiful view of the Arabian Oryx habitat. It's wonderful. Got Specs gazelle, as well as an Abyssinian ground hornbill. So I do see the cute little Specs gazelle. Two of them in the shade. Those are super cute animals. And they have such a gorgeous habitat, a nice hill. It's awesome. Trying to see if I can find the Abyssinian ground hornbill. It might be somewhere towards the back behind the hill. Or it could be, oh, nope, never mind. I thought it was going to be somewhere up close here, but I don't see the Abyssinian ground hornbill anywhere, so I will be coming back here during my rewalk, hoping to see if the hornbill will be out. So I'm showing you the map again so you can see where I am. So I have completed the entire African safari, so I'm right by Bighorn Cafe, so I'm probably going to go get myself a drink at the Bighorn Cafe, because I do have to stay hydrated for today. It's supposed to go up into the high 90s, and it's almost going to be 100 degrees today, so I do have to stay hydrated for today. So then afterwards, I'm going to head on this pathway and make my way towards the aviaries and towards Eagle Canyon and past basically everything on this side here. So this pathway takes me right back to the front of the entrance where I started. But I'm actually going to continue heading this way and check out the Bighorn Cafe. Alright, so just as I was about to walk away, the Abyssinian ground hornbill just came out. It's a neat animal. You also have all these bench seatings here. Also kind of gives you another side look at the Specs gazelle and the Abyssinian ground hornbill habitat. Alright, got the Bighorn Cafe. So over here is the menu for the Bighorn Cafe. So I did not get anything to eat yet because it's not really lunchtime, but I did get myself a bottle of water so I can stay extra hydrated. So over here we got the Oasis splash pad right next to the Bighorn Cafe. It's a nice area for the little ones to go cool off in. That's cool. Got this really cool huge hill here, or mountain. Looks really gorgeous. Got this nice shaded spot. So I'm guessing this might be an animal habitat of some sort. I don't know for sure, but it looks really magnificent. Got desert bighorn sheep. Okay, so this is an animal habitat. This is such a gorgeous habitat for them. Got this huge mountain to climb on. I see another viewing point, so perhaps maybe on that side I'll be able to see the bighorn sheep. So I'm going down the pathway, got a really fantastic viewing of the bighorn sheep habitat. Still not noticing them anywhere. And since these animals are brown colored, they blend in very well. It's possible they might be up at the very top, maybe. Got the smoke tree garden. Yeah, so this is all the smoke tree garden. Looks beautiful. So over here, got some more signs. So I'm probably gonna see if I can find the bighorn sheeps, and then most likely head to Eagle Canyon and Pronghorn. So I'm going on this little dirt pathway here. Now just remember, just because you are in a zoo, that doesn't mean you should not be aware of your surroundings. So if you do come to a zoo that has these little dirt pathways like this, it's always good to be important to watch your every step, just in case there might be snakes, especially rattlesnakes, because those are the type of snakes that live out in this part of the country. So especially if you're out in the desert parks or any of the state and national parks out in the desert. So if you do go to those kind of places or to a zoo that has this kind of pathway, just be cautious of your surroundings, because you never know if there might be snakes there. So over here is the nature trail system. Alright, so I'm on the other side, viewing point for the desert bighorn sheep, and I do not see the desert bighorn sheep anywhere. So I'll be coming back to this habitat on my rewalk. So over here is the desert hiking trail. I'm probably not going to do this because it's supposed to be a very hot day and it's going into the 90s today. And because it's very hot, I don't want to go through here because I don't want to risk getting heat exhaustion and I don't want to get too tired. But if this was the only zoo I'm doing on this road trip, I would probably do it. But since it's going to be very hot today, I'm probably not going to do it because this zoo is part of a major road trip I'm doing, and I don't want to jeopardize the future trek of my road trip. Got some information about desert bighorn sheep. Sheep or goat. The horns. Arc of the bighorn sheep. So this tells you the different types of bighorn sheep in the world. Bighorn sheep in the Santa Rosa Mountains. Yeah, so over here is the area where I believe you come out from the desert hiking trail. Got the bee garden. But I am going to show you just a little bit of it. Looks gorgeous out here. So I'm showing you the map again so you can see where I am. So I just saw the Bighorn Mountain, but apparently the sheep weren't out, so I'll definitely come back to the bighorn sheep habitat. So I'm right by the carousel here. So I'm now going to head down the trail past the Chihuahuan Garden, check out the pronghorn, and then head over here to the aviaries, and then probably head down to the Sonoran Aviary and check out the jaguar. And then I will see everything that's on this trail and make my way to the wild prairies. Yeah, so over here is the carousel. Doesn't appear to be running at the moment, but I'm not sure if it's going to be running today or if it's running later. Looks really cool though. Got all sorts of animals. Got this really nice shaded seating area. It's a nice area to relax. Got the Desert Plant Conservation Center. I'm gonna go inside here. Alright, so I'm inside here, and it is super magnificent. Got all sorts of these desert plants, some cactuses, and native plant propagation. So beautiful. It's wonderful. Because I remember going through Arizona, I saw a lot of cacti. Usually through this part of the country, like Arizona or New Mexico, California even, or Nevada, or even the west side of Texas are going to have the cacti or these kind of types of plants. They're very beautiful. Habitat restoration, saving species, wildlife trafficking. Alright, so I'm now going to go back outside. The plight of pollinators. Desert preservation. And plant native plants. Got peninsular pronghorn. Hi there, how are you? You are so cute. So this is the male. Because usually it's the males that have horns, and I think the females don't have horns. How are you today? You're super cute. Very, very cute. It's got a gorgeous habitat. Got plenty of space. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So over here gives you a side viewing for the peninsular pronghorn. And I actually see more pronghorn towards the back. Got the deserts of North America. Got some refreshments, and there's some vending machines here. But since I have a water bottle with me right now, I'm probably not going to get anything to drink right now, since I'm still finishing up on my water. In this habitat, we got American kestrel and desert tortoise. This is a magnificent habitat. Now, because of the way the sun is positioned, it's very hard to see, just because of the way the sun is. Oh, I see the American kestrel just flying around. Oh yeah, there we go. You should be able to see the bird, but because of the way the sun is positioned, it's kind of hard to see. So I'll probably check back here later, and perhaps hopefully the sun will have changed positions, and perhaps I might be able to see the desert tortoise, because it's just really hard to see with the sun shining on the mesh. Got great horned owl. Really nice. Hopefully I'll be able to see the owl, just because of the way the sun is positioned on the wiring and the mesh. Yeah, it's very hard to see, so I'll check back here later and hopefully get a clear viewing of the owl. Alright, so this is secondary habitat for the great horned owl, and I think I see him. He's inside that box. Hopefully it's going to show up okay on camera. But he's inside that box, apparently. Got screech owl. Alright, this is a cool looking habitat. Not seeing the screech owl just because of the way the sun is shining, so I will definitely stop by here later on my rewalk. And apparently whatever is in this habitat is temporarily off habitat. So I'm not sure what's usually in here, but it appears to be off habitat today. Got Roadrunner. And there's the Roadrunner. Oh, going off towards the back. Yeah, he's in the back. You can see him running around or pacing back and forth. Got burrowing owl. Alright, so luckily this habitat is in the shade. So hopefully I'll be able to find the burrowing owl. Not seeing him anywhere. So this owl is sort of small, so he might be hard to find. But I will stop by this habitat during my rewalk, and perhaps I'll see the owl by then. So down this pathway leads to the Eagle Canyon and everything from North America. But there's also a side pathway here. And it looks like this is the pathway that leads to the jaguar. So I'm going to head this way first and check out the jaguar, then I'll see everything on this side. Got white-nosed coati, social and adaptable. This looks like a nice habitat. Now I'm just gonna have to see if I can find the Kutimundi. And this direction also leads to the wildlife hospital. Okay, so I'm looking and I apparently don't see the white-nosed coatis anywhere, so those might be in the back or possibly sleeping somewhere, so I will come back to this habitat on my rewalk as well. Got the sage garden. Got this nice garden area here. Looks really beautiful. Alright, I'm going to follow the sign to the African serval. Information about cottontails and jackrabbits. Got African serval. Alright, this is the habitat for the serval. Looks wonderful. Alright, so this is the other viewing area for the serval. But I am not seeing the serval anywhere, so I will stop by here on my rewalk and hopefully I'll see the serval. Might be hiding in the back somewhere. Alright, so in this area is actually where they used to have the jaguar, and I was informed by the worker that the jaguar had recently passed away, so that's why I saw the serval in there instead, but still, so yeah, the serval was apparently not out, but I will be coming back to that habitat on my rewalk. So yeah, the jaguar is no longer here since the jaguar had recently passed away. So now that I've seen the serval on that pathway, I'm now going to head this way to see all the animals from North America. Alright, so it looks like over here must be another hiking trail. Got the Chihuahuan Desert. That looks really cool. Yeah, so this looks really beautiful. Got these cool cacti. I really love the layout so far. It's really beautiful. Alright, so I see more signs. So I'm probably going to head off towards most likely head towards the right to see the Mexican wolves, mountain lions, and golden eagles. And I'll probably head to the left and see the coyotes, gardens, and aviary, and the wildlife hospital. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. Going into a nice shaded spot here. Alright, so in here we got bald eagle and golden eagle. Oh wow, looks like the golden eagle here looks like he's eating his breakfast. That is really cool. Hi there. How are you? Yeah, golden eagles are very gorgeous birds. And there is the bald eagle, who's just making some chirpy noises. Yeah, so usually whenever you see a bald eagle at a zoo, that usually means they are injured. And if they're injured, that means they're usually missing a wing. And since they're missing a wing, that means they cannot live out in the wild. And these are also the national bird of the United States. Alright, I'm going to go inside the Eagle Canyon building. How arthropods help the ecosystem. Got desert tarantula. It's a neat habitat. And there's the tarantula. It's behind that log. Got Mexican red-knee tarantula. And there's the tarantula on top of that log. Got this cool insect here. I don't see a sign for it, so in case you know what kind of animal this is, I recommend you leave a timestamp comment so I'll know what kind of insect this is. Got an American cockroach. And they're everywhere in here. Got black widow spider. Okay. Not seeing the spider anywhere, so it could be hiding somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, there it is. It's kind of in that web in the back. Got blue death feigning beetle. Okay, I don't see him anywhere in this habitat. Oh, never mind. There's one under the leaf. It's under the leaf here. And this is secondary habitat. Got another one that's in the back. Desert dwellers. Alright, so this habitat appears to be empty. Not sure if something used to be in here, or if they plan on adding something to this habitat. And got another empty habitat here as well. Got some information here. Carnivore. And herbivore. An omnivore. An insectivore. Have you met Rose and Sage, our resident mountain lions? I haven't yet, but hopefully soon. Got striped skunk. Okay, this is the habitat for the skunk. Now I'm just gonna have to try and find the skunk. Very nice habitat. It's wonderful. Oh, I think I see the skunk. Oh yeah. Striped skunk is in that little corner. He's sleeping. Alright, we got mountain lion, the largest purring cat. It says they are currently protected in California. That's good to know. Alright, this is the habitat for the mountain lion. I don't see him on this side, but perhaps I'll see them from another viewing area. Alright, so I'm going down this way. Got a fantastic view of the mountain lion habitat. It looks really gorgeous. Got some water to go in. Got a cool waterfall in there too. Mountain lion, a cat of many names. Alright, so somebody pointed out to me, and I do see the mountain lions. They're both laying up on that top area. Yeah, that's both of them. Those are cute cats. Predators and their prey. Next up, we got North American porcupine. And this is another fantastic habitat. Now, I'm just gonna have to find the porcupine. I'm not seeing the porcupine anywhere, but it's most likely hiding somewhere super well, so I'll be... Alright, so I actually went over to this den and I found the porcupine. It's really cool how he's inside this den. It's got those sharp quills. Now you would definitely want to keep your dogs away from these animals. Dens, windows into a more private world. Got this other den here. Not sure what's in here or if it's a secondary habitat for the porcupine. Got bobcat.
Place in the cardboard box.
Oh wow, there's two bobcats. Those are cute cats.
Did you guys see that jump just now? Was that right?
Oop, just gonna drink of water. Here comes the second kitty cat. Looks like they're playing around with each other. That's very cute. It's getting ready to pounce, I think. Oh yeah, it looks like he's going to get the other one. Oh! It's like they're playing little cat games. That's super cute. Who's gonna get him? Ooh! Got the other one.
That's some learning.
The adaptable wildcat. Closely related cats from different countries.
There's up there immediately up to Eugene. Oregon Department.
Got island fox.
They're the 7+ animals.
It's a gorgeous habitat.
Survive the airplane, just the pressurization.
I'm just gonna have to try and find the fox. So over here is a little den area for the island fox. I was hoping to see if he was in here, but looks like he's not inside the den. It's a very gorgeous habitat.
Okay, we need a quarantine.
I am not seeing the island fox anywhere, so I'll be coming back to this habitat on my rewalk. Got kit fox, an agile desert predator.
That was so cool.
All right, so the kit. Oh, there he goes. It's a cute little fox. Just kind of running around. It's got a really nice habitat. Really gorgeous. And there he goes again. Zoom. Over here's a little den for the kit fox. Got ringtail. Okay, so normally for the ringtail, these are the animals I usually have to come back to. Trying to find him. But I do not see the ringtail anywhere. It's possible he might be inside the den, maybe. Okay, so I don't see him inside this den here. So I'll check back here later and hopefully see if the ringtail will be out. So normally in here would be an American badger. It looks like the American badger is off habitat for today. So that's what it looks like there. So I'm going to call this a no-go for today. Got Chicoan peccary. And there is the Chicoan peccary. These are very fuzzy animals. We got a second one. Information about them. Pigs and peccaries. So it says peccaries are not pigs. Looks like they seem to be having a little argument with each other. You play nice with each other, guys. Hope you're being friendly to each other. You guys be nice to each other, okay? You can see his fur is kind of frazzled up a bit. So I'm guessing that they usually do that whenever they feel threatened, or kind of like just now. Alright, I'm gonna go inside the Eagle Canyon Aviary. Alright, so I'm inside this really beautiful aviary. It looks wonderful. So these are the type of birds I'll most likely see in here. Got a great egret in there, some herons. So I'm going to do my best to find all the birds in here. There's no guarantee I'll be able to see every single species of bird in here, but I'll do the best I can. Alright, I do see some birds. Those are the fulvous whistling ducks. Oh, and there's a heron. It's one of the two species of heron. It's really nice in here. It's really gorgeous. I'm not noticing the western pond turtle anywhere. I'm sure he's in here somewhere. And there is the great egret. In the shade, cooling off. It's a very nice looking habitat here. I'm not seeing the... Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I do see the turkey vulture. I was just about to say, I don't see the turkey vulture, but he is off towards the back. Oh, yeah. There's the turkey vulture. Alright, we got Mexican wolf. Oh, we got the wolfies playing in the water. Oh, they're getting the drink. Oh. I kicked him out of the water there. You can share the water. There's enough water for both of you. Make sure you guys are sharing the water. Those wolves are so cute. I'm gonna meet the pack. So it says one of them actually only has 3 legs. Information about Mexican wolf. Yeah, so that's the wolf that only has 3 legs. Get another drink of water. And they have such a gorgeous habitat for them. Yeah, so they got 2 wolves here. And there's the other wolfie. Yeah, so these wolves were almost hunted into extinction. They are critically endangered. Here comes the other wolfie. Yeah, so this here tells you why one of the wolves is only 3-legged. Why one of the wolves is only 3-legged. They also do have a fan blowing to keep them nice and cool. Hi, wolfies! Yeah, such a magnificent habitat. Got this really awesome wolf statue.